Hey everyone, Couch Investor back to another video for today. So let's talk about Intel. Since Pat came back as CEO, it has been making promises, announcements one after the other. And the same thing happened this year. We've had an announcement earlier in January. We had an announcement this week from Intel and from Europe as well. So we'll discuss all of that in this video. I usually do this at the end, but this is the Couch Gang portfolio, basically the channel's portfolio. You can follow that, link will be down in the description below. It's completely free. As you can see right now, we are beating the S&P 500. If you remember last week, we were in the red. I said it only takes 2 or 3 days in the green and we're back on track, and that's exactly what has happened. So like I said, usually I do this at the end of this video, but I'll just do it right now. We're going to add Intel already to our portfolio because I do think that right now it is underappreciated and undervalued. Again, this is a story that has to take some time because of all the developments that's been going on right now with the company. So we're going to buy 50 shares. Reason for the decision is, as always, the link to this video. And if we go on Intel's card, you can see high growth potential, stable operations, calm investor sentiment. This is usually what happens with Intel. If you go to Nvidia or AMD, it might be in the red. It has obviously underperformed the market. It is an undervalued stock. This is the analyst consensus. Right now, the majority say to hold because of everything that's going on with the company. 7 say buy and 3 say sell. Now, the average analyst target is $54.26. Not huge upside, but considering the current situation of the company, I think this is fair. And purely looking at the metrics here, price to earnings ratio, 9.76. Price to sales ratio 2.46. Now, yes, I know that during the last earnings call, they did mention that their margins will take a hit because of every investment that they're making. So yes, it has a low PE, a low price to sales ratio, but their margins are also decreasing. So all of that is already priced in. But again, if you look at them or their peers, they are very undervalued, obviously growing slower than the likes of AMD, of Nvidia. But still, Intel is Intel. Number 2, if not number 1, biggest chip maker in the world. So first announcement that they made this year is this right here. They announced the next US site with landmark investment in Ohio. Intel will invest more than $20 billion to build 2 new factories and to establish a new epicenter for advanced chip making in the Midwest. We talked about this in previous videos, and it's very crucial that we bring chip making, semiconductor industry to grow that sector back in the West, in Europe and in the United States, because right now the majority, 80% of it, is in Asia. And that's a huge issue, especially if geopolitical risk starts growing with the likes of China, Taiwan, etc. And then more recently, they announced that they will make an initial investment of more than 33 billion euros for semiconductor R&D and manufacturing in Europe. Now, before I dive into this a bit further and explain everything that's going to happen in the next decade, I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 free stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Now, Stock Advisor has beat the market by more than 4x. So all you have to do is go to fool.com/couchinvestor to get your free 10 stock picks now. So they said that this project is basically bigger than 1 or 2 fabs. They're going to invest around 80 billion euros over the next decade. It's all about the chip ecosystem, R&D, design, packaging, manufacturing, and foundry services. The initial investment, phase 1, is 17 billion euros in Germany, then Ireland 12 billion euros, and then new R&D and design hubs in France, and more in Italy, Poland, and Spain. The world today needs more semiconductors. The world tomorrow will need even more semiconductors because everything becomes digital. And guess what? Chips are needed in basically everything that is digital. And like I said, right now 80% of semiconductors come from Asia. That's why we have huge supply chain issues right now. And if we don't do anything about it, it's probably going to happen again and again and again. So this investment is crucial. Now, here comes the European Chip Act. They want to make Europe the leader in chip production. They want to reach 20% of the world microchip production by 2030, which is twice as much as today. They've got very, very high standards, breaking the 3 nanometer barrier, 43 billion euros of public investment, both from the European Union and on the national level, will support this act until 2030. Now, this will obviously create lots of jobs, lots of opportunities for a lot of people, well-paid jobs, which means that the economy will grow as well, and innovation, which is extremely crucial, especially for Europe. We've seen the European economy grow very, very slowly since the financial crisis back in 2008. So this will obviously help them a lot. And just to show you how big a mega fab construction actually is. 5 Eiffel Towers of structural steel, 240 swimming pools in concrete volume, millions of tradesperson hours, and 2 World Cup fields of clean room space. This is clearly not something you will be building in your backyard, and this is something that will take some time, take a lot of money. So this thesis, this long-term play is for patient investors. Yes, over the last couple of years, investing in Intel wasn't such a great move because the company basically couldn't keep up with the likes of AMD and Nvidia. I believe, and that's my personal opinion, that that is changing right now. We've seen a couple of metrics already with the new CPUs and with the GPUs as well. Again, I like AMD, I like Nvidia as well. I think this sector is going to grow regardless of those three. But then again, Intel will have a play in all of those major segments: foundry, CPU, GPU, data centers, Mobileye. Obviously, they want it to go public, so there's another way. So with Intel, it's a long-term play for me. I used to own AMD and Nvidia. Most of you know if you've been following me for a while. Doesn't mean I don't like them anymore. I do like them, but if you look at valuation and the opportunity here, I do think that Intel, to me personally, makes more sense to have in my portfolio, and obviously it pays a dividend, so I don't mind getting those in my portfolio. And that will be it for this video. Do let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are on these type of moves. Do you own Intel? Do you own any other semiconductor? Let me know down in the comments below. I do know that in Europe there is ASML, one of the most important players out there for chip making. So obviously Intel being in Europe, obviously going to help ASML. They already have a partnership, so that's great as well. That will be it for this video. If you like this type of videos, do leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button. And as always guys, take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.